Hey Pirate Nation, welcome back to What's on Deck. I'm your host, Jamie Bihar, and today I'm here with Erin Gulden. Hi, Erin.
Hi, everyone.
It's going to be so hard not to call you Burn this entire podcast. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, every 5 seconds, I'm
Every
like, so
single
Burn.
nickname I have.
Yeah, or like Ernie. I'm going to start calling you Ernie, and everyone's going to be like, I thought that her name was Erin. So the first thing I wanted to get into was basically, like, obviously I know you. We play lacrosse together. But, like, I wanted to go over, like, your year, your sport, and, like, you know, what you do. So ROTC, I want you to talk about that.
Okay.
And, like, being a captain and how balancing those two things, like, as an athlete, a student, ROTC.
Okay.
All that stuff, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so get right into it.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely, like, a lot. I would say, like, I mean, I've, like, kind of gotten used to the whole, like, student-athlete and ROTC thing. It's, like, kind of having 2 full-time jobs. But, like,
Right.
It's also, both are so understanding about, like, the, like, commitments and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I would say, like, they're both very lenient and, like, stuff like it's not, they're not too demanding to the point
Right.
where it's, like, ripping me apart. It's
Right.
more like, if I have something for lacrosse, like, ROTC lets me go. So that's, like, that's definitely gotten better throughout the years because, obviously, I've gone through the program for 4 years, so they've gotten more used to, like, you know, the requirements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I would say, like, being a captain has added a new level of, like, leadership, not as much, like, commitment, because it's already kind of, I've already kind of had that, but I would say,
Right.
like, being a captain has added, like, a different type of leadership that I've had to, like, step up with. Like, I feel like in the past years for lacrosse, like, I could just show up at practice and, like, be told what to do and, like, do it.
Right.
And now
right,
it's
right.
like,
you have to be
I have to be the one telling. Yes. And so that is definitely, like, just another, like, milestone I feel like that I've reached, which, like, has helped me a lot with also ROTC, because, like, in the fall for ROTC, I was, like, a leadership position. So, like, in the program, we have, like, kind of like captains for lacrosse. We have, like, leadership, and it switches every semester. So in the fall, I was, like, second in command for the entire program. So
Oh,
that was,
wow.
like, a lot, too. So being
knew
a
you were up
fresh
there. I didn't know
captain.
you were that far up
yeah,
there.
being, like,
Wow.
a freshly new captain with no experience in that, and then being, like, a leadership position on ROTC was, like, a lot. Like,
Yeah.
like mentally demanding, but, like, you have also 32 people on lacrosse to help you, and you have 100-something people in the program that also have your back. So it's,
Right.
like, I think it's hard, but it's also, like, you have so much help that it's,
Okay.
like, it's not as
You're not
hard as,
doing it
like,
alone.
sometimes, yes,
Yeah.
like, it could seem. Like, yes, being an ROTC and being a student athlete's tough, but I think, like, the support system you're given, like, helps you so much. You're not doing it alone.
Right.
Like, you guys aren't an ROTC, but, like, you also are.
Right.
'Cause
I
you
know
help me.
exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly
And,
what you
like,
mean. And then you have someone like Bella who follows you to everywhere.
Yes, Bella's with me all the time. We go to, like, lab together, we go to PT together, so it's, like, I'm not doing it alone. And that, like, having someone who understands what doing both is like helps so much.
I'm
Because even just,
sure.
like, you have someone to talk about it with, and, like, I can talk about it with my teammates, but, like, no one really understands
No,
it.
yeah.
So,
Totally.
yeah, that's definitely just, like, helped a lot. And, like, this year we've had to do more and more. So, like she's had freshman years, like, varied, just, like, you kind of go and see what it's like. But sophomore year, you go and you're, like, in it. So, like, she's had to do a lot more. So we kind of go through it together, and that has just been, like, a lot.
Huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That sounds
But,
great. Yeah.
yeah.
So interesting that Bella joined ROTC.
I know. I love
You
it.
convinced her. You got her.
Thank God she did it. Because, like, sometimes I think of it, I'm like, I don't know what I would do.
You got
like,
her.
There's someone to talk about it with, like, the tea that goes on.
Yeah, the tea.
Not even
I
tea,
can't.
but just, like, I don't know, someone to
just
talk about it
everything.
with. Yes, yeah.
Just everything.
Someone to, like,
It's the same as, like, us leaving practice and me
Yes,
texting you
like-
being like, can we talk about what happened at practice today?
yes, like, it could be the funniest, most,
Yeah.
like, stupidest thing, but it's, like, remember when that happened?
Yeah,
Or,
right,
like,
right. And it just
I
makes
don't
you
know.
laugh.
Yeah,
And it's a
just,
you had to be there moment. type
yes,
thing.
it's
Yeah,
just, like, someone,
totally.
too, who, like, I don't want to hype her up too much because I know she's going to use this against me, but, like, someone, like, who has your back. Like, if,
Yeah.
like, I know that, like, her
Bella,
body's
stop
exhausted. Yeah, stop watching now. Cut the cameras down. But, like, when, like, she's a midi. So, like,
Yeah.
she is, like, that's, like, the most physically, I feel like, demanding position on our team
100%.
in lacrosse. And, like, when we go to PT and then we're going to practice and it's, like, we ran 3.5 miles this morning at ROTC, and we have to go to practice, and she has to run another 3 miles because she's a midi. It's like, I know what she's being put through, so like I feel like I can kind of have her back in that way, because I feel like it's also, as an athlete, you don't want to, like, sometimes, like, advocating for yourself feels like you're, like, being a wussy or something like that.
What you mean, exactly.
So, like, I can be like, hey, like, it was tough for this morning or whatever, and, like, I feel like she could do the same for me when,
right.
Totally. Yeah, so that was definitely.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
yeah.
So now, like, speaking about, you know, now it's your senior year and you're a captain in an ROTC and stuff, I want to go back to, like, how you got to that point of committing to ECU and getting to ROTC. Like, what made you want to do those things, and, like, your lacrosse journey, like, growing up and stuff,
Well, I think, like, I knew from a very young age that I wanted to do, like, something with, like, law enforcement or military. Like, I grew up with an older brother, so, like, I was in the woods playing airsoft at, like, 6, I don't know.
Yeah,
playing football. Like, so I was always kind of like a tomboy growing up, and I think I just had, like, those tendencies that, like, I always had those tendencies of, like, being more on, like, the boy side.
Okay. I understand.
So, like, I think, like, Barbies and, like, playing dress up, and, like, that was, like, never in the cards for me.
Okay.
Like, I think my dad, like, has 2 boys and a girl instead of 2 girls and a boy.
Right.
But, so, like, I always, like, wanted to do something along those lines, and I obviously grew up 20 minutes from the Naval Academy. So, like, when I was very young, we used to sponsor midshipmen. So, like, we'd have, like, these naval midshipmen come to our house.
Wait, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Ever since I was, like, 4. Like, literally such a young age, like, families close to the Naval Academy can sponsor them. So we're, like, their second family if they're from far away. So I was, like, 4, and we'd have these naval midshipmen come to our house, and they would, like, spend a weekend with us. Or, like, we'd go to Annapolis and take them out to dinner and, like, stuff like that. So I was just always kind of around that, like, atmosphere of, like, military. I also have 2 grandfathers who are military. My brother enlisted in high school. He's 2 years older than me. And so watching him, I was, like, a sophomore in high school, watching him ship off and, like, go across the country to boot camp and then go to Mississippi for, like, school. Like, I just kind of saw that. And I think I saw, like, how much the military, like, can shape someone. And, like, you know, my brother was sent off and he was, like, 18, but even within a year, like, watching how much he developed into, like, a man and, like, the pride and confidence he had and, like, the people he met and the places he got to go, like, that was definitely something where I was like, that's, like, such a unique experience and, like, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I loved the Naval Academy, just, like, how beautiful it was. So that was, like, something I looked at when I was, like, in the very early stages of recruiting.
Okay.
And then you start to, like, kind of, like, branch out and you go to these camps. And that was when I got introduced to Army.
Okay.
And the Naval, like, West Point.
Yeah.
And I started going to camps there, and I visited there. And I loved it. It's in, like, it's in New York, like, kind of right outside, like, an hour, I think, from, like, New York City. 4 hours from home. It's, like,
you would have been so close to us.
I know. It's very close, and it's beautiful. It's, like, right on the Potomac,
It is really, yeah. It's a very, very beautiful
Yeah, I don't know. Is it on the Potomac?
I don't know.
It's on I feel like it's the Potomac. I don't know, something.
Yeah, something around there.
But it's beautiful. And I started going there in, like, 6th grade. I go there once a year for, like, a lacrosse game or a lacrosse camp. Or, like, even I went there with my whole family, like, my brother, my dad. And so I started, like, gradually going there, and I really, that was, like, my dream school. I shifted kind of from Navy to Army because I was like, I want to do more of, like, less on the water. Like, I grew up there.
Yeah.
And I lived my whole life on the water. So I was like, maybe, like, it's time for me to do something different. Yeah. Like, go a little farther from home and branch out.
Definitely.
And so I started going there, and I got in touch with them early in the recruiting process. Like, military academies can reach out sooner.
Oh.
So, yeah, they can reach out. Like,
that.
September 1st is regular schools, and military schools is, like, June. So, July. It's July 1st.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. It's because, like, they're, like admissions process is like a little bit more accelerated. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, because like you have to go there in the summer and stuff, whatever. So
yeah. One of my family friends, who is your age, was dying to go to Army. Dying. She didn't end up going. She went to Hofstra and she actually just became a cop.
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I like started like West Point was like my dream school starting in like 7th grade, and I went to camps, clinics, like everything you could imagine. And I went there and they called me on July 1st and were like, hey, you're on our top list. I don't remember exactly what they said.
Recruiting terms.
Yeah. And so I went and they were like, we want you to come on a visit like right in September. So I went, loved it. I went to like class all day, went to a clinic, like toured the school, obviously, stuff like that. And they were like, okay, yeah, like whatever, we'll get back to you. I'm not going to go like too in depth, but they were like, yeah, we'll get back to you. And they kind of just reached out and were like, hey, like someone took your spot type thing.
Yep.
So that obviously to me was like really tough. Like that was like, I kind of was under the impression I was going to go there.
Yeah.
And
that's where it feels
I had
like
told,
your life is ending.
Yes. I had told other schools like, hey, I'm waiting to hear from my top school. Like they reached out to me probably after like a month. And so obviously that was like hard on me, and I was like,
very similar thing.
Yes, and I think like and I think
similar.
kind of in my mind I just like was like, all right, like I guess the military thing is like over for me.
Yeah, you thought it was done, right?
And but then I was like, what other loopholes? Like what other ways can I go? Like okay, I don't have to go to a military school, but like what other ways? And that was when I came. So then I went to other schools. Obviously, went on visits there, and I came here. And the coach here was like, you know, she was asking like what my other dream schools were. And I was like, well, West Point was like on the table. And now it's kind of not. And she was like, well, we do have ROTC. Right. And like, I guess like maybe where I'm from, like that was never, like I didn't even know what that was.
I didn't know that was a thing until I got
here. So she told me about that. And she was like, yeah, like it's pretty much like you get your college life, but you also get like a military life. And it's like, it's not a military school, but it's a military program. Right, so it's not like, she was like, you'll basically be a regular student, you'll be on the team, but you'll also just have like an added responsibility. And I was like, oh, like that sounds kind of nice. I get to be a college student, I get to like live that, but I also get to like fulfill my military dreams. Yeah. And so like I reached out to the ROTC people here, and they kind of got in touch with me, and I met with them, and they mentioned like scholarships and like stuff like that you can kind of apply for. And I want to say like the summer going into my senior year, they put me through this like whole application process. I had to go through like interviews. Like a huge application. I go through like medical background checks, obviously, because they have to make sure that like, you know,
you're suitable.
Yeah. So I had to go through like vision tests here, like all this type of testing. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I had to go through like a whole physical exam. It was like a lot, but like it was obviously just so worth it. That was, and then I came here, and like first day of my freshman year, it was like, all right,
welcome
to ROTC.
Yeah, here you go. You're gonna be in the
and
Army.
They were like, obviously, like I was the first person in our program to go through both. Like we had a girl, I think 2 years before me, who tried to do both but quit the team. Oh, yeah. Something like that. She either quit the team or she quit ROTC, but they were like, it was like kind of like the coach was like, all right, I mean, like I'm trusting you to like, you know, we've never had a girl do it.
Both, right.
So she was like, obviously, like we want you on our team, but if this is something you feel like is really important for you, like I'm trusting you, like I will work with you. And they were kind of the same way. Yeah. So it honestly worked out very well in the end, I'd say. That was pretty much how like it happened. I grew up a boy. I wanted to be in the military.
You wanted to be in the military.
I saw my brother get shipped off, and I was like, I want to do that.
You shot your brother with airsoft guns.
Yeah, I tackled him in football.
And then you said Army.
Yeah,
that was basically how it happened.
And I was like,
and you were like, oh, I'll hold a stick while I do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
really, really interesting.
Yeah, like it's interesting, but it's not interesting. Like
it is the whole the hosting the naval people.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you like, what do you do?
We literally like, it's basically this huge program through the Naval Academy, and they like a lot of the kids that go there are from super far away.
Like how far are we talking?
Like, across the country. Like, we had a girl from Minnesota. We had a guy from Texas. We had a guy from Hawaii. Like,
oh, yeah, okay.
And they get, like, if they get a weekend off at school, they get out on Friday, and they have to be back at the school on Monday. It's like, obviously, they can't go to Minnesota for the weekend.
Right.
So my parents hosted since I was, like, I think it was, like, 4th grade. And they come, like, to your house all the time, and we'll, like, make them dinner, or we'll go and take them out. We had a football player.
Oh, wow.
And then we had a lacrosse player.
Oh, wow.
And she was on the team.
Oh my
so that
gosh.
was really cool. And that was, like,
that
in
was
the
like
process
your moment
of
where you're,
me.
like, fangirling.
Yes, that was the process of me also looking at West Point, though. So it was kind of this, like...
I don't like you.
Yeah. But it was
That's
really
funny.
cool. And she, like, got to talk to me kind of about... Because obviously, like... Their situation's a lot different. Like, that's a military academy.
Right.
I'm not at a military academy,
Right.
but she kind of talked about, like, the demands of both.
Yeah.
And, like, we still keep in touch with a lot of them, so it's really cool.
Oh,
but we
that's
have them,
so
you have them
cool.
for their 4 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually really, really
Yeah,
cool.
so you get them when they're a freshman, and it's not like they don't have as much free time when they're a freshman, but as they get older, they get more, like, leniency kind of to come to our house, and we'll go and pick them up, and they'll come and stay with us for the weekend, like, stuff like that.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
and it's awesome because, like, they need a break.
No,
like, I think,
totally.
like...
Sometimes I'm just a student athlete. I
Yeah,
don't do
and-
anything else. And almost every weekend my freshman year, I'd be like, Taylor, can we go to your house and your mommy can cook me dinner and I
Yeah,
can
and
pet
I
your
can,
dogs,
like-
please? Like, you need that sense of home every once in a while.
Yes,
you know?
and, like, just, like, sometimes it's nice to just, like, have parents.
Yes, even if they're not yours.
Yep,
Even if they're not yours.
Just, like, have, like, a
It's
hug
always
from a parent.
funny, like, after one of our games this year, I don't even remember what it was, but my parents weren't here. No one was here. And I think Macy's mom, who,
Yes.
you know, she'll just run up to you and hug you no matter
Yes.
what. She came up to me and she was like, I don't see your parents. And I said, they're not here. And she just gave me a hug. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I needed this. Like,
Yeah.
you just need a parent figure
Sometime
sometimes
to,
in your
like,
life
just,
to,
like-
like, for a moment.
Yes.
Just to have a moment to, like, hug a mom.
Oh
Doesn't
my
have to
gosh,
be your
yeah.
mom, just a mom.
A mom.
You know, that's how I always say. And my dad's so funny because when we were at San Diego after our second game, Amy Moore came up to me and she gave me a hug and she said, I didn't see your mom here. And my dad goes, you stole my hugs. And she was like, she needed a mom hug.
Yeah, there's a difference.
And he
between
was
a
like, what the heck? Are my hugs not good? He got so mad. I was like, no, Dad, they're just different. And he was
It's
like,
different.
so what? What do I have to do to give you a mom hug? I was like, be a mom. You're not a mom.
You wouldn't get
You're
it.
my dad.
You wouldn't
Your
get it.
hugs are like cuddly and they like make me feel warm. Mom hugs make me cry.
Yeah.
They're completely different things.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
He got so mad. Oh my gosh. I wish you could have seen his face.
I know. I can't wait to see my mom.
I know. Me too. When are your parents
ODU, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anyone coming.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't
my
know
mom
why.
can give you a mom hug if you want.
Okay, yeah, period. Okay, so the next thing I want to go into, kind of still talking about like childhood. I know this about you, but you played sports growing up, multiple.
Oh, yeah.
Plural. So I kind of want to ask about what sports you played and if you think they kind of like helped your game of lacrosse and how. Like what sports kind of contribute to what sports, if that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, I started playing, I think, I don't know if I know this correctly. My parents could tell me better, but I think lacrosse was, I played soccer first. I grew up, like, I think everyone plays soccer when they're
Everyone
like 4.
started in soccer, yeah.
And then I started playing lacrosse after soccer, and then I started playing basketball.
Okay.
It was all probably within like a year of each other, but like obviously started playing like like co-ed where you're like with boys too, and you're like 4 and you wear these like super long shirts because they're not even made to fit you. My dad was my coach.
Yeah, my best friend's mom was our coach.
And there's probably like 6 people on our team.
Yep.
And it's all kids from like our town, and obviously everyone starts playing that, and then like I started playing lacrosse, and obviously that's only girls. But so I met like, I feel like playing lacrosse at such a young age and basketball, you meet like your core group of girls. Like even if you're
100%.
so young, like that was where you
100%.
like, I look back at pictures when I'm like 4 and I see like 3 of my closest best friends and like we might have not even known it at the time, but like that's kind of, I feel like, where you build your like closest relationships and you don't even know.
My best friend in the whole world, Maggie, she plays at Louisville. I'm sure you see me watching
Oh,
her
yeah,
games
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. She and I played Pee Wee soccer together when we were 4.
Yes.
And then my mom saw that she was athletic, took her took the 3 of us to play lacrosse.
Yes.
We all played lacrosse together. We played travel our whole lives together.
Yes.
And we are, like, best friends. Like, she doesn't have any sisters. So me and Jordan are like her sisters. Like, it's just, it's so true, though. Mm-hmm. Like, you really do. You bond with those people at such a young age, and you just stay close with them your whole life.
And, yeah, I feel like I met, like, the closest people in my life growing up playing. And then I started playing basketball, like, in 6th grade or something. And we kind of had, like, I'm from a small town, so we kind of had, like, the same group of girls going from each sport. Okay. So, like, we all played soccer together, and it was, like, one of our dads coaching. And then we'd go to basketball in the winter, and it was another dad coaching. And it was, like, then the same 8 girls transitioned from lacrosse, and it was another dad coaching. And we had, like, and we kind of all, like, even if we weren't taking, like, basketball and soccer as seriously, like, we still just, like, I feel like, developed as, like, teammates and athletes. Like,
totally.
Am I a great free throw shooter? Absolutely not. No. We probably scored 8 points a game in rec basketball. Like, it was not pretty.
No, yeah.
But we
just... had the time of your lives doing it.
It was great. It was great. It was great. We sucked. We probably grew our parents' gray hairs.
Yeah, totally.
But it was so much fun. And you just, like, gain that sense of, like, being on a team.
Yeah. My mom used to joke that when she would come to our basketball games, because me and Jordan used to play too, and, like, the long uniform.
Yes. Oh, my God. Shorts down to your shins.
Yeah, literally. She used to joke that this was how she would watch our game.
Back to track
literally
meet.
Just over and over. It's a track meet, and nobody's running fast enough, and she's just like, okay, the ball's
someone bangs off the backboard, next down, bangs off the backboard.
Next one, air ball.
We literally scored probably 4 points a game. We would get on the free throw line and shoot as far as I can. It would miss by 8 feet.
I know, that's so funny. But yeah, she used to always joke that coming to our basketball game, she would, like, cheer for us, and then she'd be like, I can't sit here anymore.
It was painful. It was painful.
Yeah.
But,
oh, gosh.
Yeah, and then, like, we all joined club together and, like, I don't know, like 5th grade maybe, and
basketball. Are you talking about basketball? Or
no,
soccer?
lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse. Okay.
Yeah, we I think we started club lacrosse. What year do you usually start? Like 5th grade?
I think around there.
I think say it was like 5th grade.
I want to say I was like in like my 11, 12 age era. Like that
5th or 6th grade maybe I started club, and we all joined together, the same club, played that together. Yeah, and like. Eventually, like, we kind of all went our separate ways, just as, like, we, you know, different. Up. Yeah, and, like, but I would say, like, just even if we didn't take the sports as seriously, like, I played basketball, soccer, lacrosse, all in high school, too. Middle school, high school.
Yep.
And, like, one of my closest friends, Elise, we went to Southern together. We played high school together.
Right.
A lot of my friends went to private schools, like, just because that was kind of, like, what a lot of people did. It was very normal. But me and Elise went to Southern together, and we played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse together. Oh, and so that was, like, that was really awesome because we went from sport to sport together. And Elise actually played volleyball her first 2 years.
Okay.
And then went back to being a soccer goalie her junior and senior year.
Okay.
But, like, I would just say it teaches you so much about, like, even if you're not going to the collegiate level for the sport, like, you're not taking it as serious, like, fundamentally. Like, you just learn to, like, build your athleticism more and, like, be adaptable, like, use kind of the skills you learn from this to play this, and, like, being on a team and being coachable. Like, was I the best basketball player? Obviously not. But, like, if your coach tells you to do something, like, you do it, whether you want to or not. And I think, like, just being an overall, like, flexible player, whatever sport it is, and being a good teammate. Like, you might not be as good at your sport, but, like, being there for your teammates and, like, doing whatever you can to help them and learning your teammates, like, knowing what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, how you can kind of all come together. Like, you know, I wasn't in the paint at basketball, but, like, my best friend Elise was. So, like, that was how we kind of just, I'd come up, Elise would, I don't know what our play was. UConn. She'd come set a pick for me, and, like, were we perfect at it? No. But, like, she knew what to do. I knew what to do.
But
and,
it worked.
Like, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
And that was, I don't know. I feel like it just builds you as, like, an overall athlete.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I played travel soccer and lacrosse almost my whole life. I think I quit, like, travel soccer when I was in, like, 9th grade.
Oh.
And then I was only lacrosse for high school, but I played soccer at my high school. Like, I still played at my high school. I just didn't do travel anymore because it was just way too much to do both. And I was, like, fully committed at that point of, like, okay, I'm going to college for lacrosse, not soccer. And I also was a goalie who's 5'3" for soccer. That doesn't really work. So I think it was kind of like which one of these is more possible? But yeah, I totally agree. Like, people always joke, I'm sure you notice it, I kick my legs out sometimes and I'll just get like these weird kick saves.
Oh yeah.
I
feel like you're on the ground all the time.
That's all soccer. Because what, like, all you...
Or you're like...
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like is also soccer. Like,
it's all soccer. Like, falling to my knees, that's soccer.
Yeah.
That's completely like trying to get the scoop and you have to like go down to do that. So I don't necessarily think like playing travel soccer would have been good for me, but like I think playing other sports when you're even just trying to hone in on one is so important. Like, even now I play pickleball with my mom. Like, that is such an athletic sport. It really is. Like, you know, you're working, and that's hand-eye coordination, which is all
you're
I
building
really
other
need.
muscles that like it's not
totally. And I never played basketball, but Jordan did, and same as you. Like, she wasn't like the best basketball player of all time, but she, you know, got really good at like. It sounds so stupid, but we were a very, very small high school. So we played a lot of really small high schools. And so none of the teams were good. Yeah. So she would like hit behind the back passes in the paint to girls. And then they would miss the layup. Yeah. And she'd be like, well, I tried. Like, it was a joke. But it's really funny because she's so like tricky now in lacrosse, and I feel like it all comes together. Part of it because she got so good at having the vision without having to look.
And even like footwork in soccer, like we don't kick a ball at lacrosse, but like being able to like cut and like dodge, like that's a lot in your legs. And I feel like playing other sports, like I don't kick a ball in lacrosse, but there had to be something I did for soccer that helps me now.
100%.
Playing it for 12 years.
I also think, I mean, even I was a goalie for soccer, and obviously I don't do as much running as a goalie for soccer, but like you're still coming up into the 18 yards. Yeah. That box where I can like get the ball. So I was still moving a good amount, and in soccer, another thing that kind of translates for me is like the reason I'm active in lacrosse is because in soccer, if you stay on your line, you're screwed. Yeah. Like, you've got to come out and you've got to go for these balls and you got to try and kick them out or grab them.
Oh, and that's like what screws up attackers is like, that's like one of my least favorite things. It's like the goalie's active. She's going to come out of the cage. I'm like,
yeah. No, yeah. And that, I think that's a big part of my game now is because I played goalie in soccer. You literally have to move. You can't just stand there. Yeah. And if you did, like, okay, good luck. Like, they're just going to keep going and going and going. You got to come out. So I think that has really helped my game with lacrosse of, like, I can get out into an 8-meter, like, arc because I used to run 18 yards. Yeah. And I used to have to go for balls, like, here and there and all over the place. Yeah. So now it's just become, like, a second nature thing to, like, oh, let me go get that ball. Yeah. You know?
I also think, like, another thing is, like, I mean, this doesn't really apply to you because you were a goalie, but, like, position-wise, like, in high school, like, our team obviously was, like, you have girls of all ages, and some people, it's their first time playing, so, like, your team isn't advanced. Like, I was a midi for my high school team, which, like, you would never think. No. Like, seeing me playing defense now, it's not. But, like, in high school, like, I was a midi. I was on the circle. Now. I was, like, I either took the draw, I was on the circle, I was, like, a top like, one of our, like, top, defenders. I guarded the middies, like, you would never think now that I played midi in high school, but, like, I think that's another thing. It's, like, it does teach you, like, obviously I'm not going playing defense now. Like, if I'm playing defense now, something's wrong. But, like, it did teach me a lot just how to, like, play midi. I don't know, like, running the ball up the field and, like, something with defense. Like, I'm not the best defender, but, like, playing
that
different.
Helps in the ride.
I feel like it also, like, it. Playing other sports also teaches you, like, defense in basketball and, like, defense in soccer.
I will always say that lacrosse is literally a combination of, like, hockey, soccer, and basketball. Yes. Like, those three sports, because basketball, the defense. Yes. 100% the defense. The way we have to set up in that is all basketball. Soccer, the speed. Yeah. Like, the legs. It's all legs. It's all legs. And just also, like, kind of the possession, I feel like. Like, it's not really, like, an easily turnover game. Like, like you can maintain position,
possess the ball for a long time.
But you can also, like, turn it over if you mess up. And then hockey, like, obviously just sticking a ball, like, you're just moving. I will always say that. And I think playing soccer and basketball growing up is probably huge for your game because it's genuinely, like, so many fundamentals from those sports are in this sport.
And I feel like also, like, you just learn how to be, like, a teammate and, like, a good, like, not only a teammate but a good friend. Like, you build relationships with people and, like, you kind of go through it all with the same people. Like for me, like I went through it with the same group of girls that I'm best friends with now. Like I could not imagine going through it with someone else or like not having those people. Like we all pushed each other to get to the point where we are. Like whether my friends went to play collegiate lacrosse or not, like they got me to where I am. And like even on club, like I went from one club team to another in like 7th grade maybe, and like those girls, like I still see them playing their club or their collegiate sport, like their collegiate lacrosse right now, and it's just like it's great. It's like
my
awesome.
Best friends from travel, Emma, she plays on Penn State. Did you see they beat Michigan?
They upset them. I saw like 13-12.
She scored the game-winning goal in overtime.
That's awesome.
So I texted her and I was like, "You're so cool. Like I miss you." You know, like little things like that. And then she like reposted my award that I got. Like we're not best friends.
Yeah, we don't talk every day, but like you still have those connections with people that you went through the same process with. Like the recruiting process is tough. Like
tough.
Club lacrosse is tough.
Yeah.
But like when you go through it with this group of girls, like
it's bonding.
You meet them in 7th grade, you're all going through the same thing. You go through high school together, you spend every summer together, you go to like these random towns in New Jersey and play these tournaments, and you stay in hotels and you I don't know, we used to play hide and seek in the hotels every time.
Manhunt.
Yeah.
Ding dong ditching our parents.
I think it just like builds such a sense of like, I don't know, like community or like relationship.
It's like
that
a
like
family.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I will always say, it's actually, I don't know if this might be universal. I've heard it's pretty universal, but my travel team, every single parent, first name.
Oh yeah.
Every single parent.
Oh yeah.
I never ever called, like 2 of my best friends play on Lafayette right now. And they're twins. Mm-hmm. So we were like the twins on the team, like me and Jordan and them too. And so we always joked because their mom's name is Kathy also. So I'd be like, "Oh, Kathy," and they'd be like, "Oh, Kathy." So we pretended like we had each other's moms a lot. Like it was just such a joke. And they always would like, even now they walk into my house every once in a while and they will literally just run up to my dad and go like, "Brad," and like give him the biggest hug. It's just like I never called any of my teammates' parents like Mr. or Mrs. It was always like Doug.
Yes.
Like there was no like last name, and it was literally a family. Like
our team was so close.
It was just one of those things where you're spending so much time together,
and you're like,
and you're every weekend with their parents. They're basically another set of parents like, to you at that point.
Yeah. We spent more time, I feel like, at the tailgates and the hotels than like we even did playing lacrosse.
100% agree. 100%.
And like even like my parents, like my dad met some of like his best friends, like through that.
Yep.
So like
my dad, 100% agree. Totally. Yeah. I actually, it's funny because like thinking about how it really is a family, it reminded me of a really funny story when I got food poisoning at a tournament once.
Oh, that would be my worst nightmare.
I threw up that night and the other goalie on our team wasn't there. So I like had to play. So I woke up the next morning and I was like miserable, didn't sleep. I was throwing up all night. And one of the dads, I don't think my dad was there for some reason. Or no, he was.
Oh.
He was
there.
there.
I was about to say that. Food poisoning and no parents.
No. Well, my mom was obviously there.
Okay, thank God.
But my dad was there. I actually remember he was there because it's always a funny story that we say now is he heard me throw up and he hit my mom and said she's throwing up. And went back to bed.
That's such a dad
Such a dad thing. But I don't know why they didn't do it, but one of the dads on our team, his name was, I think it was either Dan or Doug, one of my teammates' parents. He literally drove to the nearest grocery store and got me a case of ginger ale. Aww. And for the entire day, just like during games, after games, he would hand me a can and be like, "Drink." And I was like, "Thank you."
God, that
like, do you want me to like give you money for that? And he was like, "No, literally just drink ginger ale, like you're fine." And I was in the goal, like sipping ginger ale. Like it was so miserable.
That would
but
be
it's just one of those things where it's like he literally treated me like I was his own daughter. He was like, "Here, take ginger ale. You need this. You have food poisoning." And I was just like, "Okay." Like, that was all it was. It was always such, like, a family environment.
I know.
It's so nice. And you're still, like, like you said, even the people who you don't really speak to every day, you're still friends with those girls.
Yeah, we still keep in touch.
I see them in the summer at, like, the beach, and I'm like, "Oh, my gosh, hi," and we hang out the entire rest of the day.
I know.
Like, it's not awkward ever with those girls.
I feel like it's just such a developmental time that, like,
and
is so important, and you go through it with the same group of girls that, like, I don't know, it's just such a privilege, I feel like, that not everyone has. And like if you get lucky to have such a core group of people, like you're golden.
I know, literally. Golden.
Get it?
Yeah. Good one. But so the next thing I want to go into is like mental performance. We talk about this a lot with our team, but I just kind of want to, we talk a lot about like your physical stuff with being both lacrosse and ROTC, and all of that takes a toll on your body, but more so like I want to understand the mental side of things for you, and you know, like hitting the reset button, or how you kind of get through like slumps or ruts or like little things here and there that just kind of like mess with you, or like after a bad game, like how you kind of reset that for the next one, because you know we had a game yesterday, we have another one Saturday, we have like 3 days to prepare for that now. So.
It's a big turn. We've had a couple big turnarounds.
We've had a lot of big turnarounds. I feel like the days are just all blending together.
Yes.
Like, literally, what day is it?
I feel like I'm not alive right now.
Okay,
honestly.
no, same, cool.
Honestly, like the mental thing, I feel like it's just something you kind of like, you never really like master or
never.
Can even like prepare for it. It's more just like
totally agree
you
with
have like you have no choice but to get through it. Honestly, like one of the most mentally challenging things I've ever gone through was this past summer. The 5.5 weeks I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky for like ROTC training. It's a requirement to commission for, it's like a high stakes, like there's a lot leading up to a lot.
We lost our streak and I was really mad.
I know. I had to go off the grid for about a month and a half.
Yeah. I was like, how dare you? And you were like, I was in the woods.
Yeah. I know. I'm pissed about that still.
Yeah.
But I think that was like, it's like, it kind of like reminds me of games. Like there's a lot of pressure. It's very high stake. Like you kind of go into it and being like, I have to pass. We have to win this game.
Right,
like,
right.
And that was like one of the most mentally challenging things, because I think it was physically demanding. Like you're up for, God, I want to say like 20 hours a day. You get maybe 4 hours of sleep. It's hot. Wow. You're just exhausted. You're up. Your brain is constantly like, you're being tested on everything. Yeah. You're learning everything. Like you're being put to like you're just being drained. And I think the physical part goes into the mental part, because you cannot let yourself slip away.
Right.
Like there are so many people I saw that were just like, I can't do it. I give up. Like I give up. I can't do it. I quit. I don't want to be here. And like, yes, did I want to like feel like that? So many times I was like, I can't do it. I literally like, there's no way I can do this. Yeah. But I think that is something where you're just like, I'm also like, I'm here. I prepare, like I think you kind of have to like go back and not like get too mental in the side of like, I was like, you know what, everyone here has gone through the same thing as me. Yep. Everyone here has gone through the same training. Yep. We're all here. No one wants to be here. Like we're all on 4 hours of sleep. And then I kind of just think back to like, I can do this. Like I'm prepared for this. I'm in good shape. Have I gotten the most sleep? Have I eaten the best? No, but like I can do it. Like my body can do it. And I think you just have to think about like, instead of thinking about what you can't do or the mistakes you've made or the mistakes you might make, like you have to think about like, what can I do? Like I also like have these in my platoon, there was 37 of us. These 37 people also don't want to be here. Right. We are all relying on each other, like push each other through it. Like one of my most core memories was like, you have to go through this like 10 like step obstacle course. So you go through 10 different obstacles and you get graded and you have to at least pass like 8. And they're tough, like very, very hard. You're also like, you've only been there for like a couple days. So you're kind of still adjusting and you're still meeting these people. Like you've only been with them for 5 days. So you don't really know each other still. I think it's kind of finally starting to hit you that you've woken up at like 4 a.m. the past couple days. Your body's now like, holy crap, like this is hard. And I'm afraid of heights, like deathly afraid of heights. This like day, it's a full day. And this day was like something that I had been like dreading the entire time, even before I went. Like it was all I could think about, because I'm like, every time I think about heights, like I sweat, I get super lightheaded.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that.
Yes, like it's not something that like
you wouldn't go on a Ferris wheel.
Like I don't choose to, no.
Oh wow.
Like anything with heights, like I do ride roller coasters.
I thought you went in a helicopter.
Yeah, that was not by choice.
Oh, okay.
I was also like in the helicopter, the doors were open. I was like, I need that middle seat. But also like that's something that we're like, I ride roller coasters because like I'm strapped in.
Right.
And I'm in something. Like I think with like the heights thing, it's like I can't be on like an obstacle course because I'm not strapped in.
Right.
So, like, my hand slips like I'm dying.
No, you're not dying.
I know, like,
it
in
can't
my
be
mind,
that
I'm like,
high
I'm
up.
going to die. And they have these little pads out, but I'm like, I'm hitting that thing like my legs are me broke. And we had this, like, you go on, well, the first thing, before the 10 obstacles, you go on this rappel tower. It's, like, 60 feet up. And you strap in by this, like, rope.
Oh, so you're strapped.
I'm strapped in, but, like, I strapped myself.
Okay.
So, like, they check it, but I'm like...
God knows.
I don't trust myself to strap myself in. And you basically rappel down this tower where you have to go, like, completely horizontal. It's, like, this 60-foot vertical wall.
And you have to be, like, perpendicular
and you have to be your feet on the wall.
And you're walking
and your
down.
head is here. And you just jump down.
Oh, you're jumping. Oh,
You're
God.
jumping. And you're just, like, releasing your strapping yourself. And it's, like, you're basically free falling. And you're, and if you release yourself, like, the people at the bottom will save you, but it's still just, like...
Scary. No, yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
But to me, it was, like, I got at the top of that thing, and I was, like, I'm starting to black out.
Yeah.
But, like, I was, like, I can do this. I've seen 60 people do it. Like, I can do it. I'm not going to be the one person that fails.
Right.
Like... And then you go to the 10 obstacles, and you go in this, like, 60-foot thing where you have to, like, it's like a ladder, but the rungs get farther and farther.
Oh,
And the one rung was, like, literally probably from my feet to, like, my shoulders. And you have to jump, climb over it. It was one of the most mentally... A lot of people would probably look at that and be like, oh, that's easy. Just for me, that was something that was, like... so hard.
Yeah.
All of the things were super high in the air. You have to climb a rope, climb over this thing, climb down a rope, like just something I had never done in my life. So like looking at it, I was like, I literally like, there's no way I'm going to do this. Yeah. But I'm with 30
I think about that every
people.
time I line up for conditioning.
Yes.
I can't
yes.
do
It's
this
the
right
same
now.
thing. It's like, I'm going to squat
200 pounds.
215 pounds. And I'm like, I can't. But then I'm like, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
They wouldn't also like the people above me would not put me in this position if I couldn't do it. Our coaches, Zach, like
absolutely,
they would not do that to us if they thought we couldn't do it. And like I think it's literally just getting over that mental step of like maybe I've never done this before, but like you do something new every day. You know what I mean? Like so like that, like those obstacles, it's just something I think about so vividly because I'm like I literally went into it thinking like I can't do it. I can't do it. And then I look at the 36 people next to me. It's like, about you guys every day. And I'm like, okay, they're also doing the same thing I am. Like, I think it's just you have to think about what you can do. And I did it. I passed the thing. It took me 2 tries, but, like, I got it.
Right, yeah.
And, I mean, a lot of the obstacles, like, it took me a second try. You get 2 tries. But they were really hard. And I was scared. And I was hot and sweaty. And my hands were slipping. But, like... I think you just have to think back and be like, our coaches tell us every day, like they believe in us. We're capable of doing it. You literally just have to like channel that inner like belief, like as and cliche as it's and like, yeah. And like in a games, like when you make a mistake, just being like, mistakes happen. Like no one's perfect. No game. Like there's no game that's going to be like,
everyone had the best game of their life.
Yes. Like, what lacrosse game is like, you're going to be 0 goals scored on you. Like, I think you have to go into a game being like, they will score on me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I have to go into a game being like, I'm going to miss shots. Yeah. I'm going to, like, maybe cause it, like, get a turnover. But, like,
you might get
I think you just have to have the mental agility to be like, it's going to happen. Like, you got to, like, swallow it, flush it, and just, like,
that's been a big thing for
use
me
that
this year.
to fuel yourself.
Yeah.
And that comes with, like, experience, too. Yeah. Like, my freshman year, if I got checked and lost the ball, I probably would have been a lot more down on myself than like this year. I'm like, that happens. Like my teammates will have my back. Defense is going to go down and they're going to get a stop. Or in the ride, like Kayla's going to throw some like insane check that she does where I'm like, how the hell did she do that? And we're going to get the ball back. And I think like I'm babbling, but like circling back, I think like it's literally just like finding out finding out what you can do and not focusing on like the bad things and like being like, I'm here for a reason. Like my coaches put me on the field for a reason. They believe in me. My teammates believe in me. Like during a game, I think about my defense. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like we're like, I trust them. Like they have it. Like there's not an ounce in my mind where like, I'm nervous for you. You know what I mean?
Right. And same the other way.
Yeah, so I think it's literally like, I don't know, that was probably such a cliche answer,
but like... I
totally
agree, though. I
just
totally agree. Like, I've genuinely, I mean, the first few games of the season, like, I was so frustrated with myself because I was like, oh, but they still scored so much. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I didn't do awful, but like, oh, I could have had this save, or oh, I could have done this, or I could have done this better, or I could have had this, da-da-da-da. And then I kind of like realized that was draining me more than anything else.
That's what beats your own, like, that's what causes you to like.
That was draining me so much. It was draining my energy. It made me like actually kind of miserable. Like I was like, wait, why am I
beating yourself up?
Why am I like doing so bad? And then I would watch back and be like, wait, I didn't do that bad.
No.
I just had to do this here or do this there or fix this little thing here. And so now my mindset going into games is like, their job is to score goals. My job is to stop them. Both
you
things
can't
are
be
gonna
perfect.
happen.
Yeah.
Both things are going to happen.
And like,
I just want to have more of these than those.
Yes.
That's really all it is.
Yep.
Like, that's all it boils down to. And if I don't get
do.
it, okay, I'll do it next time.
Yeah.
Like, it's really just, for me, boiled down to like a completely new mental state, even from last year. Like, last year was not an easy mental year for me. And like, coming into this year, it was like, okay, what do I need to do differently to like be way more successful than that? Because that was not good.
Yeah. And I think like a lot of it does come down to like Dipper says, focusing on like what's in front of you.
Right.
Like not thinking, oh my God, the score is, 10-6. We need to score 4 goals. Like, like in our last Temple game, like my mind, did I think, oh my God, we have to score 4 goals in 15 minutes?
No.
Have we been able to do that all game? No. Right. I was thinking, okay, let's get this ball and let's score.
Yeah.
Then we'll go back to the draw circle. Mickey's going to get this ball. We're going to go down. We're going to score. Like, I think it's not thinking so much about, like, what you need to do long term, but more just, like, what can I do right now?
Right.
Like,
I completely agree. Like, when we went into overtime and the ball was down on our end, I was like, okay,
all I need to do is stop the ball.
That's literally
don't worry about what I'm going to, don't worry about the clear.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what offense is going to do.
Don't worry about even, like, if the defense leaves a girl open in the middle, like, whatever. I just need to get the ball.
Yes.
Like, I don't care how it happens.
Yes.
I will go run head first into somebody and get this ball. Like, because I need to get this ball. That was all it was. It was literally just like, okay, let's just get the ball. Like, we just need the ball. Like, we just need possession.
Step by step. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And, like, lacrosse is such a game of runs and momentum. So it's like, if you are focusing too much on, like, 4 plays ahead, like, you will not be successful. You will not be able to play. Like, I've tried to do that. Like, and I think that's something you learn as you get older and older. Like, you cannot focus too far ahead. You cannot focus on the score. Like, yes, the score matters, but, like, that is also because of, like, the steps. Like, and I think we were able to score 4 goals and win in overtime because we were focusing on, like, okay, defense is going to get a stop here. And then we're going to go down and do our job. It's not like, okay, this needs to happen, then this, then this, and this. It's like, and I think when we made a mistake, because, like, in that fourth quarter, like, we made a ton of mistakes. We had a couple turnovers. We had missed shots. Like, I had a couple missed shots. I just had to think, okay, what can we do right now to set our team up? And, like, that game, I keep bringing it up because it, like, that was such a mentally, example. It wasn't even as physically as challenging as it was mentally.
So
like, trying to keep yourself to not give up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that very last play of the fourth quarter.
Yes.
That caused turnover.
Like,
that was...
We missed a shot, or I don't even remember exactly what happened.
I think it was a save
Yeah, maybe a save. Oh, yeah, save.
It was a save.
And, like, me and Riley, I just remember... they cleared the ball. We were sprinting. Like, that was it. And Riley came up to the girl. She scared her. I don't even know what happened.
I think she had the yips. She had the yips, that girl.
And and it was like, in my mind, it was like, we have 7 seconds. We need to pick this ball up. Like,
and in that moment, too, right before you guys actually got the ball, as soon as the goalie got it, I think it was Callie, was marking her girl, like, really close to the 12, and I ran out. And, like, we did not have a play for this. Yeah. I ran out, and I was like, go double the ball. And she was like, what? And I was like, bump people.
Just go.
Go. I will mark her.
We have 7 seconds.
We literally have, like, 10 seconds. Like,
we need to do this. Yeah.
Go. And she was like, okay. So I literally was just standing at, like, the restraining line marking someone, and then the ball fell down. And I was like, oh, my God, I didn't even need to do it.
And that was, like, that just, to me, was the epitome of, like, okay, yeah, we missed that shot. Like, we could have all dropped our heads and been like,
oh, okay,
game's over. No, we were like, where's it going? We were just sprinting to the ball.
That was really weird. Did you notice that? We both went like this and then said game over at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree.
And it was like, I feel like in our mind, it was just like, what, like focusing on like, what can we do to like, literally, it's the smallest thing. Riley, like, she didn't pick up that ball and run it to the cage.
No.
Like, it was like the small steps that like, she passed to me. I saw Leah cutting before Leah got absolutely murdered.
Absolutely murdered.
It was like just focusing. I feel like it's just focusing on like, I don't know, Dipper always says it, but like
small details. The little
with what's in front of you. Yeah.
100%.
And not like your biggest battle is your mental battle,
your mental,
not the physical. Like with ROTC, with
also,
lacrosse,
you
it's
can
not.
convince your body to do anything.
Yes.
Like if I'm nauseous, I can literally say to myself like I'm not nauseous, and it'll just go away.
Yeah.
You're like my Mimi has always said this my whole life. She says mind over matter. Always.
Oh,
your mind is so much more powerful than you really think. Like you can convince yourself anything.
Yes.
That's what manifesting is.
Yes.
You convince yourself that you can do something, so you do it.
Yeah.
Like it's that simple.
That's what I have to do that every day to myself.
It's so simple.
Like, I doubt myself all the time.
When my legs are hurting, I'm like, my knee's bothering me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if a bounce shot comes right now, I don't know. And I'm like, wait, no, I'm going to go to the floor and I'll be fine.
I can do it,
I'll be fine because I have to be, and I have no choice, so just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, your brain is so powerful. It literally, what you think determines what you do.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, and like being an athlete's hard. There's a lot of people who couldn't do like what we do, or I don't know, just like the day-to-day stuff is really challenging with academics, like traveling. Like we've been on the road so much. We got back at 3 a.m. last night. Like it's really hard. There's a lot of people, but like I think we, like being an athlete, it just teaches you to like eventually like the day will end. I will get through it. Like I tell myself all the time, like the day will end. I will get through it. Like as like sad as that can kind of sound sometimes, like I like if I'm just really like
this day isn't going to go on forever.
No, it's not going to go on forever. I will get through this class.
2-hour practice.
I will get through
not
practice.
Go on
like
forever.
there's some days where you just have to be like, the day will end. I'll get through it.
Yeah,
I'll get through it. Like
I completely agree.
I have to go lift right now? Yes. Do I want to? No. Do I think I can? No. But am I going to get through it? Yes. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like kind of just punch yourself on the shoulder and be like, you'll be fine.
Be like, just get over it. You're
yeah.
good.
I'll be fine.
I totally agree. Okay, so now to wrap up, this is my closing question I've done for the past 2, and I think I'm going to keep it a theme.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing about being an ECU athlete? Or just a pirate
There's
in general?
a lot of things, but I would just say honestly, like about ECU in general, or just like
anything pirate ECU athletics related. Just what is your favorite part about like being a pirate?
Our team?
Yeah,
100% our team.
Yeah.
I have met. Like, I say this, and every year I feel like I've been here, it's like, we've had a very different team.
Yes.
Like, my freshman year.
Same with me.
Yes,
my 3 years
it's like every
been
year
very
it's
different.
like, they're similar, but it's also like so different. Like, our team is so different. Like, our team last year, this year, so different.
So different.
Personnel, like, everything. But every year it's like, it's just our team has been like, I feel like, and this is probably every lacrosse player says this, but like I feel like I've been blessed with such like an amazing group of people. Like every year I've met people who, like my freshman year, some of the 5th years on that team, like I still keep in touch with.
Yeah.
And last year, yes.
Liz texted me like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like even our 5th years last year, like Kimmel, Kirch, Ellie Payton, like I keep in touch with a lot of them all the time. Like it's like I feel like it's just something so special. And like when I came on my visit here, my junior year of high school or whatever, like that was the first thing I noticed, because they always say like, would you come here?
So
Yes, and when you go to every visit, like they always say, oh, the team is so close. This was like the one school I noticed where it was like, wow, like when I came here, they acted like I was on the team.
Yeah,
like, and that was something like I didn't always get. And I feel like it can be like every team can say like, oh, this our team is so, but like, are they really? And like I feel like I like have had some of the closest relationships with people I've ever experienced. And like you just go through like such fun memories. Like What, your freshman year, we went whitewater rafting
Yes.
in the Nolichucky. That was like just such a core memory for me. It was so, that was like,
gosh,
and
that
that's
was so
just
funny.
something that like I think was so fun. Like
No, it was
staying
so
in
fun.
cabins, like roasting
It
marshmallows,
was
staying up till,
so fun.
you know, midnight talking.
Oh my
like
gosh, that
going
was
white,
so
like what,
fun.
who goes whitewater rafting?
Who goes whitewater
ECU
rafting?
Women's Lacrosse. We
Yeah.
did. And it
then
was
the man tried to
so
waterboard me in that raft.
much fun.
Yeah,
Like I
that
went
was
with
a lot of
Megan
fun.
and Kimmel.
I
And it
think
was
I was
like,
with AJ, Bryn, and James.
my raft was Megan, Kimmel, me, and Regan.
Oh my gosh, that's a
It
great
was so
raft.
much fun. And
That's
like
a great raft.
watching like this is something I think about all the time. Kimmel just like slowly like watching us fall out of the boat and like help like it
So
was just
funny.
the people and like the experience we've been given
Yeah.
or like going to San Diego.
Yeah,
like
going to
that
San
was
Diego
something I
this
never thought I'd experience. Going
Yeah.
to the San Diego Zoo like
even like going places with each other is great, but like even I'm thinking about like last spring break, like my sophomore year spring break when we were all here and we didn't have a game.
yes, and we were
had
just
nothing.
here for a week
Yeah.
alone.
Yep.
Practicing but spending like every moment together
Yep.
like yeah,
Like there were moments where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill these girls." But there were also moments where I was like, "Wait, we're so
this
fun."
is so fun. And I'm like, I'm going to look back in my adult years and be like, that was so much fun. Like,
We did
I
an
had
Easter egg hunt on our
literally
field, like
33, give or take, depending on the year. We've had different numbers of people,
Yeah.
but like best friends who
Every
like,
year.
I show up and just can like say the randomest stuff to make inside jokes.
Yeah.
Like we go through some of the craziest thing together where I'm like, what the hell? But
It's
like
too
I would just say
true.
like, and like lacrosse is such a team sport. That's why I chose it. Like
Yeah,
I
me
could
too.
not play an individual sport because like I am social. I love like,
Yeah.
and we live together. Like that's
No,
like
social, really.
no,
No,
yeah,
you know
like
what?
living with 3 other teammates. Like
Yeah.
we see each other at our worst, our best,
Yeah.
our greatest. Like I don't know. It's just
Highs, lows, ups, downs, left, right,
everything.
sideways.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally
and just
get that.
going through that experience with our team, like
I completely agree.
it's awesome.
I
Yeah.
completely agree. Okay. Well, thanks for watching Pirate Nation. I will see you soon for another episode of What's on Deck.